It's stale. That shit is old. Nobody cares. Hang it up. But by judging what happened last night, it's clear that it would take more than a bar of spaces to get my point across. Because like last night, I have to thank Nate Runs over on Twitter. Um, because you, out of everybody that I've hit up, you're the only person that gave me a voice. And they try to paint you to be like this villain, or you're this paid mole, or whatever. Because whatever you did working with other fan bases, trying to help them, giving them the bar print, in the spaces or whatever. I really don't feel like it's nothing wrong with what you're doing, because you're not supposed to be hateful. You're not supposed to be deceitful. You're supposed to be a good-hearted person. And if that's what's paying you, you got to go with what's paying your bills. Standing does not pay, unless you're a pay mole. But anyway, and the point that Nate was trying to make was that Pedro, he likes to throw rocks and then hide his hands. Like, he likes to put this animosity in the air about these artists. And here you go, the Barbs, they're catching wind, and they're like, oh, we on what he on. Oh, because if he feel like this, Nicki must feel like this, because he is in direct contact with Nicki at all times. And I know this because I was the person that was keeping him up to date with Black Twitter and what's going on, or what they're saying about Nicki, or who's using her name to make money, or who's saying this, or what celebrity, it'd be the Oscars, the Emmys, the BT, Hood, what trend, what's popping, that was me. That's what I did every morning, every day. I woke up Googling Nicki name, reading who wrote articles about her. And this ain't new. A lot of these hate train barbs, a lot of this standing that y'all do, it all started in 2018, but I've been around like an OG barb behind the scenes in real life since like 2009, 2010. So back then, when Nicki was coming out, we looked at interviews. That was our thing. Like, interview was more equivalent to a music video at that time. Every time Nicki did an interview, she got a song. Every time I do an interview, they dying. Me and my cousin, we would watch every interview. She would just go on tour, and her interviews would be so entertaining. She would be laughing, flirting, Monica Lewinsky, all that. And so we look forward to that. And so now it's more of like beneficial. Everybody wants to attach their name to her to gain notoriety, to say, everybody wants to prove themselves to be the baddest barb or the best barb. And so I can say when Nicki crowned Pedro head barb when Funflex X, it did put a target on his back. But I was there defending him. I'm like, dang, why everybody always treat him so badly? Why everybody always coming at him? I really had not seen what everybody was talking about. And so it just really made me like go hard to defend it. And that's what I did. I went hard and I defended him, unknowing, what type of person he was. And so it brings back to the point that we're making about Nate saying Pedro was sent by Nicki to put that in the air about Ice Spice. But I'm not confirming that because I have no clue. I have not been in contact with Pedro, but Nicki does send him. And another revelation that we're going to get to is the fact that he's claiming everybody's paid molds when he hit me up to be a second assistant to him and said Nicki was looking for other people to pay, confirming that he gets paid. So you're getting paid for the shit that I've been helping you do for the last 5 years. It's been trial and error trying to keep Nicki name alive. I'm not saying she does what she do on her own, but we really put the win to everybody fucking with her. Like, say, if we can post this celebrity dancing to her music, or this actor, or these famous people, it's influence. So that's going to show people are, still fucking with it. And, so we really kept her name alive and like started, I had a group chat. And in the group chat, there was Writer Rap, Romani Banks, Dre the Barb, Onika's Crown, and I eventually added Pedro. And so he convinced me that I should not have been doing a group chat with all the barbs because there were paid moles out there, and we didn't really need everybody in our tea and everybody knowing this or people knowing that. So I was like, that makes sense. So he convinced me that Writer Rap was a paid mole, who was somebody who I had been in contact with for like 2 years. We just always like Kiki, any news come out about Nicki, I'd be like, oh girl, report this, or girl, look at this, or that and that. And so we had been cool. Like, I'm talking about like follow each other on TikTok. I saw that she was a real person because the way she read like a gay man would read. And come to find out, she's a young girl. And now come to find out, she's probably like a teenager. I'm not sure of her age, but just by the level, like the way she talks and how emotional she gets about, like she be sounding like she was about to cry, wishing death on people. And like, girl, that is not what I signed up for. I am not miserable. I do not spread hate. That is not what being a barb is about. Like, being a barb is relating to people who feel the same connection to Nicki Minaj's pain or her hurt or her music. That's what it's about. Like, every time it's some drama, like Write a Rap, girl, you want to just go for everybody's throat, talking about like what you'll do, and it's weird. It's you're mentally ill because it's just music and it's not your life. Like, it's not that serious because that can influence somebody. You got to realize that, and what's so crazy is when you're talking to these people on social media, sometimes you don't go to their page and see how many followers they got, or go and see, you just talk to them. So it'll be kind of weird to still be like, so I had not even realized that this girl had 75,000 followers. I just knew that she just had a lot, I think, at the time. And so I was like, just listening to her, how she be coming at like Cardi and coming at people. Yeah, we're upset, but it's, I say stuff, I come at people, but I don't take it to that level of threatening to hurt somebody, So like, for me, it's different. Like, it's not that serious. When I put my phone down, I live my life, my real life. So I'm not on that, like, crazy psycho fan stuff. And you just got to realize what you say, it can have influence. And so I was kind of disappointed that when I went to her about what happened to try to get it to Nicki. But back to my point about, Write a Rap. Like, I came to you and I told you what happened to me and how Pedro had been coming onto me and was trying to get me to come to his hotel room, in which I declined. And you told me, oh, you haven't told none of the other big barb account like cows. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what? What are you trying to tell me? Like, I'm telling you what happened to try to get it to Nikki. Let her know that she allegedly got somebody on her team. Well, this ain't alleged. She got somebody on her team that is, basically offering jobs to people in exchange for sex. And it ain't no telling how many people have fallen victim to this. Like, good thing I was smart and I value myself over material things, so I didn't fall for it. But the wrong person, they're gonna have a lawsuit. And what I would love if anybody else to come out and tell if Pedro has come at them like that, because it's not a secret. He does have his OnlyFans and he promotes it on the same website that he promotes Nikki. Even Nate Runs had clocked that too, but that's here nor there because it looked like he tried to delete it and try to act like he's all good after Nate exposed him for that. But so I did do what Ryder Rap told me. I hit up Cal's because I saw that she was, popular and she was a young white girl. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, maybe she might be in contact with Nikki. So I follow her. She immediately follows me back. Like, I don't know if Ryder Rap had already told her, but she followed me back. And so I told her the story. She's like, oh, that's unfortunate, basically. And then went to show up to about 4 or 5 of Nikki's shows on her, stan shit. Not one mention of anything, I'm just like, okay, it was just kind of weird because I'm coming at you, a potential sexual assault victim or whatever category it falls in, sexual harassment in the workplace, whatever they want to call it. Like, you wouldn't think Nikki would give you some cool points or a pat on the fucking back for telling her that you met somebody, like what you thought I was joking. And I'm not gonna get emotional about it, but it's kind of weird. Like, I get it. People do just come out of woodworks with stuff and they make up stuff, but I'm not one of those people. Like, out of all this time, I've never even asked Pedro to post me, and never asked to try to promote nothing I was doing because I knew that I was waiting to. I don't know. I guess I was waiting for the right moment, thinking, "Oh yeah, they got me. He got me. I don't got nothing to worry about. We're gonna be cool forever," and all this other shit. Because I've been writing a book for going on 10 years. That's what I do. I'm a writer, but I didn't want to release anything unless it was trademarked and copyrighted. So I just let people have their fun. But it's just crazy to see how many people like I've actually helped elevate and get to Nicki Minaj and get their feature by popular demand, and they go on to sign record deals and all of this stuff. And I'm just sitting here just not getting paid, and to find out that Pedro was getting paid the entire time. Like, what? And you're over here telling me don't associate with Benji the Barbie and Connor and basically nobody. Don't associate yourself with them. They're paid moles, this and that. But really, you just wanted to keep me a secret and you didn't want me to get to know. But if you go on my Twitter, all the barbs that are somebody follow me. And it was a point in time where we, during the end of me and Pedro's relationship, we actually, the fallout was I had sent him a message that Fabio, another barb account, had said about him, and he got upset. He's like, oh, don't send me this. But when I sent you what Khalil said, you was ready to box and you were ready to fight. And so I helped you go after him. And then you're going to get mad at me for saying I wasn't defending you against him when you got on Twitter and turned around and was right back friends with him. But behind the scenes, through text that I got screenshots and proof of, you're like, oh, you haven't been defending me. Where have you been? And they've been attacking me. Yeah, bitch, that's me. So, like, it's very weird how, like, people didn't believe me, but I guess they wanted me to just really sell myself and expose everything. Bitch, I would never send y'all everything I got. Of course, I would keep something for a rainy day. Working for the Shade Room taught me that. And that's another story we're going to get into, how I eventually started talking to Pedro because I was working at the Shade Room for 7 years, sending them stuff, helping them build their blog up, which I have receipts for. One thing about me, all that alleged, that's not even in my tone of voice because everything I say, I can back up in court. If somebody wants to go to court with me, you're only going to further expose yourself and validate what I'm saying. I just grew up, I have integrity, and I didn't want, when my time would come, I didn't want to be known as messy or somebody who, just climbing the ladder. So I literally just waited out. But now that it's coming out on Twitter, especially last night, and once again, I thank Nate Runs because you're the only person that gave me a voice or tried to attempt. And Kalia came in there and you were trying to argue with everyone about, trying to gloss over. I don't know if you were trying to win free tickets or what, but we were trying to actually talk amongst us. And that's where the confusion comes in at when people like you come and try to talk about, oh, why is this about Pedro? Because he is the problem. And he is the one who built Ice Spice up to all the barbs and to Nikki. I helped him run celebs love Ice Spice. So I know this. And so when she blocked him, it probably it's like a backhand in the face. Like, damn, bitch, I got you basically where you're at and you blocked me. That's why he's mad. And so that's the point that Nate kept trying to make in spaces, but I couldn't even think and I could not talk because Khalil came in with his 2 left feet, just swinging with his eyes closed. Like, and that's the problem. Like, you want to be the head barb so bad just because you create drama and expose, like you exposed the Offset and Sweetie stuff. Then you went and exposed the Young Miami and JT or whatever you was trying to do with that. Like, every time you come up, that shit ain't cute. Like, you have opportunity to style Nicki Minaj and didn't even put her in couture. You put her in ready to wear, net upward her. Like, girl, Neiman Marcus, like Bloomingdale her. Like, Harrods, custom. You're supposed to have the people fly where y'all at and dress her from scratch. I feel like people like Khalil, you're the reason why they think barbs are so messy. And like, no matter what nobody say, that's my point I'm trying to make. And for you to just come in, like I said, full speed, it was just a lot, and it really just made me think like, ill. So, and also another thing I wanted to wake up. a person who I went to about the situation and telling them what happened was an account called Onika's Crown. And which is like another big Barb fan page. And like I say, when you talk to these people, I have been talking. Anika's Crown was in the group chat with us, with Right Around, all of us. So I go to Anika's Crown about it. Come to find out, from another Barb, they had something called Crown Gate, in which Onika's Crown had did the same thing with using Nicki Minaj's name and big fan page to solicit favors from people, and so that came out. But I had not even known this before I even went to him, and I just was like. So that right there is very weird because we ended up exchanging numbers, and so I kind of felt that vibe that he was trying to, and another person that I feel like I feel like the only person that really stood down and really tried to help me was Dre the Barb. Dre was like very nice, like about it. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna try to get this to this person. What happened?" Like he was trying to get the story. He was trying to get the points. And like the main point of it is, we're not bashing Nikki. I don't never want nobody. Yeah, of course, the ripple and the after effect would of course be her. But my point, I want the world. I was gonna say what I want the world to know, but what I want the world to know is this is about Pedro and Khalil, and maybe yes, it is about the people that she works with. But video is not particularly about her, like, but it's just everything that's around it, because I've been in this fan base for going on like almost 15 to 14 years. So this is a part of my life. Like, can't nobody tell me nothing. It's more than just like I've been through more than just raps and songs and album releases. Like I felt that emotion, like arguing with family members. Like things get real as a barb because you stand on what you believe in, and I feel like every barb has a voice. Every barb should be somebody because you are different. You are unique. We have that thing like where we can come up and make stuff. And now we got every other fan base imitating. Now they dropping multiple versions. They trying to go live before they drop. We don't have to clear our social media to, we're gonna send cash apps. We're gonna get the song out there. We're gonna go to tours. We're gonna show up in real life. And that's another thing I want to mention before I go into another subject. Write a rap, girl. You be so hard to fight and argue with somebody, but not once have I seen you post a tour photo. Like all you do is argue. I don't see you posting no merch. I don't see you posting no CDs. I don't see you posting no vows. I don't see you popping out. I don't see you promoting no links. All you want to do is just argue. You just ready to argue with somebody to release that anger. Is it that you hate your life so bad to the point where you're just like everything is a fight? You're just ready to release anger. And you sound like a teenager. You sound like you're 17 years old. It's not cute. Like don't do that because you make other barbs look bad. And it's really some good barbs out there with good hearts, very supportive. Like I've just been in just arguments where I would just be there defending Nikki and people would be attacking me, and here goes barbs just defending me that I've never met. Don't know 43,000 followers, 100,000 followers. Like it don't matter. Like I always follow back. I interact. Like if there was to be a head barb, I would be that bitch. But guess what? I don't want it. I'm too old. Like I'm bowing out. It was fun, but I'm not going until my story is told because I don't want it to eventually fall on Nikki. What Pedro is doing, and what all these people are doing in Nikki's name, and they just get a profile and they put Nikki's face on it, and they just argue, and they just there are some people that are the other side, retarded gang, y'all know them, and they just are gonna do whatever they can for a click or for us to feel emotion. They're gonna constantly keep bringing Kenny up, and that's one person that I don't care what nobody say. Like I got so much respect for Kenny. He's been through a lot, and he holds his wife down. Nobody should be held down by what they've done in the past, especially when you read the facts of the case and you know what's up. Can't nobody you know um I don't condone in what happened, but it was definitely a shakedown from my part. And the reason why I would even bring Kenny's name up is because there was a point in time where Nicki Minaj had said, "All barbs, send any information that you have that can help to show that these blogs have been slandering her husband." And so that's what I did. I sent Pedro some proof that I had, that I sent the Shade Room facts that they knew about Kenny. They had posted the beginning of the story, but when I sent them the truth of the story to go debunk the claims, they refused to post it. So you got to understand, when you're a publication or you're giving one side of the story, it's juicy for a read, but this is also somebody's life, which also ties into Nicki Minaj's reputation and her money. So it's very damaging. And so for them not to post the truth, but they post the alleged story, it shows that there's an agenda there that helps paint a picture. But my point is, and when I say them, I mean the Shade Room. Like I said, I have been working with them for 7 years, talking to them. Like I say, got receipts. So can't nobody tell me I can't say what I want to say, because guess what else I read? That when you tell your story, somebody can sue you if you cannot prove your claims. And everything that I'm saying out my mouth, I can prove it. So bring it. But like I said, that's here nor there. But my point is, what I want to wear, I don't know why they keep popping in my mind. But my point is that this same proof I sent to Pedro for him to send to Nikki, but I'm not sure if he knew. Well, it seems like after this long time, he did not want to send her the story because he didn't want me to meet her or contact her or talk to her, so she wouldn't know who I am and what I have been doing. So he was trying his hardest to, like, that's what I don't understand. Like, why lie to me, tell me you're going to take me to meet her, call me 3 o'clock in the morning, telling me how she fly you out, talking shit about Kalia, just talking shit about, like I say, all the paid moles and how I had to keep it secret. And so, so we came up with a tour marketing strategy, which one of the last things on the list was to create pop-up and merch shops at the tour so people can shop and they can get Pink Friday nails and they can buy merchandise. So, that, and also have somewhere where people can hang out, which is now the Gag City Lounge pop-up shop. And also I said you should do something where people got to win tickets and ask questions, which is now known as Nikki Trivia. So, and what I did was I emailed myself all of these ideas before I sent them to Pedro, because I already knew that there was a chance that he was not telling her who I was and what I was doing. So I kept that in the back of my mind. One thing about me, I'm gonna keep a receipt in the clutch. So I kept that, and so I still have that. So those are my ideas, and her tour has grossed over $34 million to date, and so that's another story. But like, you really took all of my ideas to this lady to make her think it was you, Pedro. You are so nasty and rude. Like, it's not even funny. Like, you literally like ran this page and you made people think that it was you, and it was you, but it was me. And I'm saying, when I say everything I sent him, he posted everything. Like, the last post I remember sending him was the post with Northwest, and also the Clippers, something about the LA Clippers, and Nikki shared them with his tag and